Hi, I am Arib. You are watching my YouTube channel. Numeric Relay. Numeric Relay definition. Numerical relay is used to monitor the electrical parameters, services, abnormalities and sending a tripping command to the circuit breaker. Numerical relay into the category of smart relays, which are electromagnetic relay. This is an advanced version. Numerical relay can monitor all kinds of electric parameters. That should the current, voltage, frequency and phase difference. This relay does all the work alone. It converts all electric parameters to numeric values. When we talk about electric or power electronic, so there are two types signals. One is analog signal and the other is digital signal. This relay converts analog signal to digital signal and it read digital signal and then decide to send the circuit breaker asteroid tripping command. This relay has an input module. This input module contains CT and PT. The function of this input module is to step down the high magnitude of signal or high magnitude of electric parameter to this extent, so that the relay can read it easily. This relay is equipped and we send digital signal to send the CPU. All processing takes place inside the CPU. This CPU installed has RAM and ROM. That is called miniature computer. This relay also has an output module. This output module contains contacts. These contacts are then energized when the CPU will send a tripping command to the circuit. Working and hardware architecture of numerical relay. Since they both have identical hardware architecture with minor variations, the numeric relay can be considered a miniature device. Their architecture can seem overwhelming, but all of the architecture in these major categories can be simplified. Input module. The power system uses analog parameters to operate. With existing transformers and future transformers, the high-powered analog signals are stepped down. Using low-pass filters, it is fed to the numeric relay. Owing to the corona or induction effect from a nearby high-voltage line, the low-pass filter is used to remove the noisy signal in the device. CPU. The Central Processing Unit, CPU, is the system's brain, which processes and filters all data protection algorithms and digital inputs. Memory. There are two memories, RAM and ROM, in the numerical relay. Random access memory, RAM, is responsible for the retention and processing of input data to the relay during compilation. Read-only memory, ROM, is the relay's storage unit. It stores the required software and other data related to events and disturbances. The storage unit is a must because it allows during the occurrence of a fault to evaluate and troubleshoot any incident. Multiplexer and analog to digital converter. Only digital data can be processed by the CPU, but the feedback from the current transformer and future transformer is analog. The analog to digital converter is then used to translate the signal to digital data. A multiplexer is used to select the necessary analog input for conversion if multiple analog signals need to be converted. Output module. The digital contacts that are actuated when a trip command is provided by the CPU are the output module. Pulses that are produced as a response signal are these digital contacts. According to the application of the relay, the response time may be modified. Digital input communication module. As with a computer, a relay also has serial and parallel ports to link the relay to the substation's control and communication systems. To extend the tripping command, the auxiliary relays can be attached to the digital output contacts. Types of numerical relays. For different types of safety, numerical relays are used and are graded based on characteristics, logic, parameters of action and application. Although they are categorized under different circumstances, their function remains the same in the event of a fault in the electrical network to enable the travel system. Based on logic. Such classifications are made based on the relay's logical operation. Overcurrent earth fault. It will cause the circuit breaker when excessive current flows through a device. Used for protection against transformers and feeders. Directional overcurrent. When the fault forces the power to flow in a specific direction, it is controlled opposite to the specified direction. Used for the safety of transformers, generators, and bus bars. Differential. When the phase difference of two or more equivalent electric quantities exceeds the stated value, the differential relay is set to trip. It can protect transformers from localized faults and generators. Under overvoltage. Under such conditions, the voltage in an electric network may drop or rise below or above a fixed value. The circuit is tripped. Distance. The function of this type of relay is dependent on the distance between the fault impedance and the location of the relay. They are primarily used to safeguard transmission lines. Based on characteristics. These classifications are based on their tripping property. Instantaneous relay. If the trigger is triggered directly after a fault occurs, no time delay will occur. Definite time relay. Only activated if the fault stays in place after a certain time. Definite minimum time, IDMT, inverse time relays. These relays are often used on transmission lines. When the line current is higher than the safe value, the circuit breaker is triggered. Voltage restraint over current relay. The relay is only triggered if the conditions of both undervoltage and overcurrent arise at the same time. Based on actuating parameters, current relays, voltage relays, frequency relays, power relays, etc. Based on application. Primary relay, backup relay. The entire network could crash if the security system fails, so they use the backup relay. And if the primary relay goes wrong, doing this would help us secure the machine. Conclusion. Numeric relays are often used for automatic safety in the generating stations and substations. Different components such as feeder, engine, generator, transmission line, transformers and bus bars can be secured by such relays.